You know, back in high school's a cliquey place, but I kind of moved freely among the tribes. You know, I played soccer for the school team, so I was in with the jocks. Played street hockey, roller, and ice hockey with the heads, so I was in with the headbangers. Uh, you know, I was in some smarter classes, I guess you would say. So, you know, I was in with the smart kids, just kind of, you know, roam freely among the tribes. And, you know, music and sport, yeah, I think everything kind of should like be together. I'm not big on segregating and separating people or things. So, you know, I find it interesting how people arrange their music collections. Uh, a lot of people like have like, you know, here's the rock, here's my country, here's my jazz, and everything's kind of separated. But you know, I fancy myself a progressive person. Let me, you know, I want all my, you know, music together. You know, just alphabetically. And you know, so I'm thinking about that the other morning. Like, hey, yeah, yeah, I'm such a, you know, a progressive person. You know, all my music's together. Everything's alphabetical, and then it hits me. Uh, I've got the vinyl segregated from the CDs. Hi there, vinyl community. My name's Tom. You're watching my channel, High Rant District. Thank you for watching. Uh, I'm going to continue showing some records I picked up last year as part of the, you know, restarting a record collection. So let's show 10 records, and I'll put links down below to some clips of some of the music, since some of this might be a little bit obscure. But first up, we have the records. Literally, the band is called The Records. This is a promo copy. It's on Virgin. It's a gatefold. Kind of a new wave slash pop music. Good looking lady on the back cover. Interesting part about it is it's not just a LP. It also came with a 7-inch EP. Good stuff. Stuff out of the UK. All Messed Up and Ready to Go, Tina Rama, Girls That Don't Exist. Fun record. Next up, Shriekback. Oil and Gold is the record. Fierce looking fish there. I think it's called a coelacanth. That is one of the song names. Nemesis and Faded Flowers are the songs that you might know on this. This is on Island Records from 1975. Kind of post-punky, not, I don't know if post-punk is really the right term for that, but some really great different music. I saw them in concert. I think they opened for Simple Minds back in the mid-'80s when I was in college. It was a great show. It's a good band, a lot of energy. I enjoy them a lot. Next up, I'm sure this is a Goodwill find. We've got Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night. Let's see. Strangers in the Night, On a Clear Day, Downtown, good song. The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. Here's a look at the track list. It's on Reprise Records, or, oh yeah, here we go. On the Reprise label. It's from 1966. It's in good condition. Always like to mellow out with a little Frank now and then. Also, who doesn't like a little bit of reggae, ska, not ska. Anyway, UB40, Little Bag of Rhythm. It's a 12-inch single with I Got You, Babe. Song by, I think it was by Sonny and Cher, is the first ones. It's got Don't Break My Heart, 1 in 10, Me Spliff. I don't know what that's about. Hip Hop Lyrical Robot, and another version of I Got You, Babe. This is from 1985 as well. I like UB40. Can't listen to it nonstop all day, but fun stuff for changing it up a little bit. Next up, we've got Elvis Costello and the Attractions. This is Imperial Bedroom. This is from 1982. It's got, let's see, Almost Blue in it. Little Savage, Boy with a Problem, You Little Fool, Town Crier. My girlfriend turned me on to this record, said it was one of her favorites. I picked it up and I like it a lot too. This is on Columbia Records. Interesting cover. Next up, this is from 1980. I lived on Long Island for a lot of my youth. Long Island boy Billy Joel, Glass Houses. If you ever, take a look at the back. This record is like it's like a greatest hits album without specifically being, you know, an assembly, a collection of greatest hits. Like, it's ridiculous. Got You May Be Right, Sometimes a Fantasy, Don't Ask Me Why, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, and All for Lena. That's on side A. Every song is a great song. Side B is I Don't Want to Be Alone, Sleeping with the Television On, C'est à Toi, Close to the Borderline, and Through the Long Night. Again, every song is fantastic. If you have to have one Billy Joel album, I would say this is the one to have. From 1982 on Columbia Records. I was going to show some 7 inches and I didn't grab any. Let me go grab some. I had a couple specifically I wanted to show. Let's see here. There we go. 1, 2, and where is it? Okay. I wanted to show Jack Scott some older country music on Top Rank International. It's got Burning Bridges on one side and Oh Little One on the other. This is from 1960. Some country music. I didn't know much about Jack Scott, and I guess I'm just a spud boy. Kind of turned me on to him. I think he was talking about, you know, Canadian-born singers that were like great rock and rollers, and although he did a lot in Detroit, Otavio wanted to point out that he was, you know, he's a Canadian boy, and he's really, really a great singer. And I also have, on the Carlton label, another Jack Scott record. It's got My True Love on one side and Leroy on the other. And that's on Carlton from 1958. And the other 7-inch I wanted to show is Johnny Cash from 1963 on Columbia. That's Ring of Fire. And Johnny Cash in his autobiography, Cash by Johnny Cash, kind of pointed out, you know, I'd Still Be There is on the flip side. But what he pointed out about Ring of Fire is that, and this came out in 1963, is that the horns really jump out at you in this. And back in 1963, there was no brass in country music. It was kind of a very punk, very rebel thing to do. You just didn't have brass in country music. So this was a very distinct, sharp change. And it just kind of showed, like, throughout his lifetime. You know, he was a guy that marched to his own horn, I guess. But great, great song. Love it. Glad to have an old 7-inch there. And the last thing I'm going to show today is... grab this over here. Public Image Limited. PIL. It's metal box. It's, if you look on the back, that's Metal 1 is the catalog number. It's on Virgin. It's from 1979. This is awkward. Let's see what we got here. It's 3. Here's a list of songs. I think Albatross leads it. This is an album you want to be maybe a little altered to listen to. It's got a great, like, jaw wobble on bass, fantastic. Kind of like drives the whole album, but it's really different. It's really experimental, but it's just a great album to lose yourself in. But don't, if you're gonna play the metal box version, don't lose yourself too much, because it's 3 12-inch records at 45 RPM, so you're constantly stopping and flipping the record, and they're a little bit awkward to get out of the box. So I'm not really gonna do it, but like here's the label on one of them. Great record. What I read is that Johnny Lydon wanted a different sort of packaging for this thing, and he was trying to get Virgin to put this out in a cover that was sandpaper, because what he wanted to do is, like, when you put it in and out of your shelf, he wanted it to ruin the records that were around it. So that would have been hilarious, but not to everybody. So anyway, Metal Box. This came out in 1979. I guess it wasn't that popular in this format, in this packaging. So it was re-released in 1980. And instead of being called Metal Box, it was called Second Edition. So if you've got Second Edition, which probably most people do, or are fans of PIL, back cover. And I believe there's a gatefold as well. Anyway, Metal Box and Second Edition are the same thing. Second Edition is just a little easier to handle, and it's a double LP, so it's not 3 12-inch 45s, which have you constantly flipping the record. But the original sounds great. The repress is this is a 4 Men with Beards copy, so this is not the 1980 version. But 1980 is when it was re-released. This is not the original. Anyway, Public Image Limited, love Public Image Limited. Johnny Lydon was hilarious. Saw them in Buffalo way back when. They were just a great show back in the 80s. Anyway, there you go, 10 more records. 11 if you count the EP and the records, the band, the records. Thank you for watching, and everybody have a great day, great weekend, great summer. I'll try to be back a little bit more often, but thanks for watching, everybody.